because you go from the Creator app on Facebook. It's not just a Facebook. There's an actual Facebook Creator app that we use.
I saw that. Didn't they just institute that?
I think so. Yeah. I'm new to it.
Fairly new, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. How's it been going today?
Good.
Business-wise, getting some people in
here.
We're
getting slammed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So it's like college students that have been here. They're discovering us. And then the college kids that went away for home are discovering us. So
yeah.
We're getting there.
Nice. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, is there a way we can maybe get the music turned down a little bit? Sometimes we get Facebook issues. If they hear it.
Right.
So anyways, we are here at Holy Joe's and getting ready to go live. We are live, and we're going to see what this place is all about. It's a pretty cool little spot. A little bit below street level, so you get a view out of the window. We'll do like a panoramic view in a little bit here, but we'll be able to see, and you can actually see people like walking right by the windows and outside. And there's what is that building right there? I forget what that is. That's with the awning.
Oh yeah, that was a nightclub and it's closed down now.
Yeah. They had a lot of problems there, but that's probably a good thing. But
yeah.
Not hating on nightclubs. That's fine. But so, anyways, I think we're ready to do a show. You ready?
Ready.
All right. So, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Hop and the Bean, episode 6. Today we're in downtown Akron, checking out a brand new coffee location. So there's so many coffee places opening up, right, that you would think that the market is getting overcrowded or even a little bit oversaturated. But much like the brew pub scenarios, that is not the case. Because, come on, we can never get enough beer and coffee. It's like telling The Walking Dead you have way too many zombies. Or telling Nike that your shoes are way too comfortable. Or canceling Netflix because you have a life. But with more options comes expectations for higher level excellence. So with great coffee and beer creating power comes great responsibility. So if you're like me right now, you're opening up your eyes, your arms, and hopefully right now your ears to the newest hopped up provider, bean roasting supplier, dedicated to caffeinated tasty drinks for your sipping pleasure, both hot and cold, here in Akron, Ohio, Holy Joe's. So welcome and thank you for joining us here. It's good to have you.
Thanks.
So, and Dave, right? You go by Dave?
Dave. Yep.
Yeah. Dave, owner and operator, head coffee bean. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a funny thing to say about coffee beans, but I don't. Okay, so maybe tell us a little bit about the history of Holy Joe's. I know that it was at a different location, and but not only that, so you were at the first location. Maybe tell us how that location started and how you got here.
This is actually my third shop.
Oh, okay.
So the first shop took place 2013, 14.
Okay.
And so it was open for a little while. We'll not go into the name or anything, but it was local.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Barberton. So we had that for a little while, and that was successful. We were using other people's beans, other people's coffees. And so it just was time to move on from there.
Sure, yeah.
So closed that one, put everything in storage, and my business partner gave me a call. We had been friends, since 1982 we've known each other.
Oh, wow. That's a good year.
He was living in California, and I'm living here with my wife, and he came for a visit. And so I told him about the first coffee shop, and he thought that was great, and he said that he wanted to open up a coffee shop in California. And before you knew it, he's selling his house in California, moving to Ohio, and we opened up our first shop together on Merriman Road. So we had that shop for about 3 years, and we were actually going to keep both shops going.
Sure.
And just given the location, it wasn't doing very well in the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crash and burn.
Yeah.
So we ended up closing that once we got fully functioning here at this spot on South Main Exchange.
Okay. So what is his name?
His name is Ken.
Ken? Oh, is Ken here? Ken?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, is he watching? But that's okay. That explains who Ken is. Okay.
Yeah,
all
there's
right.
3 of us involved.
Okay.
It's myself, my son Derek, and our business partner Ken, and longtime friend of mine, Ken Fleming.
Okay.
And so he is, he pops in and out.
Okay. Well, speaking of Ken, I think we have some specialty drinks that we're gonna something kind of unique to you guys. I think is something that Ken whips up on his own, right?
Yeah, these are like cocktail drinks, but
Okay.
made
Yeah,
with coffee. They're
bring 'em out.
non-alcoholic, and
Hop of the Bean welcomes Ken.
I'm keeping my back to the camera. This one is Roca Nut,
Roca Nut,
and this one is Strawberry Fields.
Strawberry Fields.
This is made with an espresso and coconut water.
Okay.
And we have almond roca syrup that we put in it. This one is strawberry puree, coconut milk. This is like a regular cold brew. It's made from Colombian.
Okay.
I am coming up with you on it.
Wow, they look.
And it's topped with whipped cream, and it's dusted with a salted caramel
Oh.
dusting and a swirl of vanilla syrup.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nikki.
and a couple
Check out.
other secret ingredients that we can't not.
Oh,
divulge here.
okay, yeah, nice. Well, these look amazing. Nikki, which one do you want?
This is hers.
Okay,
Oh, that's my. Oh.
okay. I'm gonna taste them both though, real quick. Oh wow, that's really strawberry. Oh, it's like, but it's got a different like
Yeah,
super
you-
strawberry.
Yeah, you got a lot of strawberry there. So if you bring your straw up,
Yeah.
you'll get the full effect.
And then eventually you swirl it all together.
That one's really good. Yeah.
This is espresso.
Oh, okay. I might not sleep then.
So you start from the bottom
Okay.
and bring your straw up
Okay.
while you're taking a sip, and you get the full effect then.
Oh, yeah. It's very strawberry, but it's a little something extra to it. You know,
Yeah.
I really like both those are
Yeah.
phenomenal.
And then after you just, I'm going to give you a spoon.
No, it's similar. So there's part of the thing, and one thing going on in craft beer right now is like parfait beers,
Yeah.
or like Berliner Weiss type style beers, and that's kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Urban Artifact does a lot of those in Cincinnati, but that's what it reminds me of. I really like it.
I received a call from my third son, and he lives in Phoenix, and he was telling me about a coffee bar, and they serve all coffee drinks that are made just like cocktails. There's no alcohol,
Yeah.
and they don't serve any other type of coffee except for the fancy ones. And they use all different types of glasses, martini glasses,
Oh, that's cool.
pilsners, everything.
Yeah.
Talk about the
And
one in Arizona.
that's what I'm talking about. And so that's the gist of that bar. And he says they're crowded all the time with people
Yeah.
getting all of these specialty coffee brews.
Yeah. So how many different variations of these drinks do you have?
Oh my!
A lot.
Well, I've got about 10 that you have to put bourbon in, but we can't do that.
Is that something that you're looking to do down the road? Like get your
Not at this place.
Okay.
We're not able to bring liquor or alcohol on
But
board.
what we're going to do is...
But we do have flavorings.
Yes.
Okay.
You can get flavoring.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that's
Kind of getting a little bit hopped up, but not too hopped up. That's something we like to say around here is getting all hopped up.
Okay,
So
now try it.
okay, all right.
Because then it becomes more like a milkshake.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's less intense, but that's actually better. Really good. I like that a lot. That's part of the reason I think that's like something unique about you guys. There's a lot of different unique factors, like the upstairs level. We'll get into that in a little bit, but this and like some of those drinks, I really, once you guys make more, you guys should post those on Instagram and like let people know what those are awesome. So
thanks.
great feature for you guys. So going back to your origin story. So now you're here, right?
Now we're here.
Third week.
Yeah, third week into it, we're getting slammed. Business is picking up. It's looking real good.
Good.
Very happy with the results. Very happy with the move, and we get a lot of creativity here that we really didn't have the opportunity to do at the other shop, and more people are anxious to get on board to try the new and different things that we have to offer.
Right, yeah. We were just talking on the way here, Nikki and I, about the different areas that we go to that different like somebody's different view or the way people do their take on coffee. Every coffee shop's not going to look the same. Just look at every brew pub's not going to look the same. It's just everybody has a different story, and then there's through their eyes how a coffee house or a coffee shop should look. Sometimes, and even from the way you roast coffee, there's all these different nuances that are different. It's so fun to kind of discover these different things. And one thing I will say about these drinks and just Holy Joe's in general, if you guys are watching right now, go ahead and click that share button, and that'll let everybody know kind of about the new Holy Joe's spot that we have going on. It's a good way to connect people to the newest Akron coffee shop. So speaking of that name, Holy Joe, can you tell me a little bit about the origin story of that?
Well, we were looking for a name that would best describe us. We kicked around all kinds of names, and the name of the first shop that I had was like 3 miles long, and I didn't want to get into that. I wanted to keep it something short and simple and to the point. Mm-hmm. And it was actually Ken that came up with the name.
Good job, Ken.
And so it's like, Holy Joe, Cup of Joe, Holy, all-encompassing coffee.
Yeah.
So we were looking to do coffee every way you can. We've got the pour-over, the French press. It's, of course, espresso-based.
Sure.
We have our house drips that we feature. We're even getting into doing some Turkish coffee. So
heard about that.
Yeah, getting the e-bricks for that now. So that'll be cooked over a fire at the table side.
Wow.
And then you have to have a specialty fire extinguisher for that, just in case. But that's a good drink there too.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people around the area do that, especially in some coffee shop. Most coffee shops.
How does it? Is it like a separate element, like a heating element?
So what it is you take your e-brick, and there, can you get one of those e-bricks? You take the e-brick, you put water in it, and then you just put on a couple tablespoons of coffee. Then you put it over the fire. You let it come to a boil. You take it away, and you do that 3 separate times. Some places will use cardamom. They're up on the ledge. Some places will use cardamom in their Turkish coffee, which is what I'm going for. I'm going for the most authentic Turkish coffee without actually being a resident of some other country. Window ledge. And I was just talking to a group yesterday, and they were very, very excited because that's how they drink their coffee.
Oh, nice.
And telling me that it's hard to find.
Sure, yeah.
And so this is what, in case you don't know, this is what the e-brick looks like.
Okay, all right.
And
so the water goes in here.
The water goes in there, and then the 2 tablespoons of coffee, or 3 tablespoons, and then it just sits over the fire, and you slowly rock it back and forth, come to a boil, take it away.
Just kind of
do that 3
times.
Of it? Yeah. And then if you're over in Mid-Eastern area...
Is that how they do it? For real?
No, you just pour it into the cup. It just goes into a small Demetis cup.
Okay.
So, and
how
then,
many ounces does it make?
This one here would be like 2 espresso Demetis cups.
Okay.
Is what this one would be. And in the Middle Eastern countries, they actually have a fire under a great big container that's filled with sand. So the sand gets really, really hot, and then they put that down in the sand and let it cook that way.
Interesting.
So
cool.
A lot of different ways to do that.
Yeah.
So that's, Holy Joe, all-encompassing coffee.
Okay, cool. So maybe talk to us, for our pod listeners that can't see the space, talk to us a little bit about the space that we're in, and then you have the unique space upstairs that you offer, which is a whole separate area.
So this place, when we first looked at it, it was... there's a Goodwill store in front of us called the Goodwill Blue. I don't know if I could say that or not, but there's a Goodwill in front of us, and they use this whole space for storage.
Oh.
And so we saw that it was up for rent and came and looked at it. And it's like, this is perfect because we're below the sidewalk level.
Right.
So, and then
cool.
we got, the entire window area there.
Yeah.
And then there's another room just behind us, and that's where we put the kitchen. When we moved in here, there was just a drain and a water pipe and part of the bar. So I had to put in the plumbing, and then we had to do all the vent pipes and things like that as well.
So you're really starting from
right
the ground.
We were very lucky. We only had to replace 3 breaker switches.
Okay.
And those were all upgrades, and everything else was wired because of the previous business that was in here.
Sure.
So that was good. And then ripped the bar apart, put up my own top, and then I used epoxy.
Yeah.
And just layered it on top of the bar and got the look that I was looking for.
Yeah. Okay. Good. No, it creates kind of, I was telling you, I think the first time I was there, it's like a unique, almost like a living room space. You immediately feel at home, and you can just sit down and hang out or do some work.
And that's really what we wanted. Our tables are all specially made. Our business partner, Ken, he made collages.
Good job, Ken.
And then we took them, he took them to Hobby Lobby and had them matted and framed.
Oh, okay.
And then once those were finished, then I took them to Lowe's and had the plastic cut so we could lay plastic down to protect the pictures. And that plastic can be replaced as it gets old and cracked or chipped or whatever. And then we went and got the table legs, and I just applied all of the frames to the table legs. We have 2 more that he just finished, and those are getting pretty darn close to getting put on the table legs as well.
Okay.
And then, to me, no coffee shop is complete without some wingback chairs and a fireplace.
There you go.
So we have that.
Yeah.
And we have an assortment of books off to the right of the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the various furniture that we found here and there.
Sure.
There is very little in our space, both here and upstairs, that is new.
Okay.
We didn't go for, well, we didn't have the money for
Sure.
to go brand new on everything. We have some black chairs with the square tables, and those are new, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Everything else comes from yard sales, thrift stores,
Yeah.
wherever we can find it.
That's awesome.
My wingback chairs are street find.
Nice.
And
Nice.
So, yeah.
I love it. My wife would be proud. My wife is very crafty at that kind of stuff, and she makes things look amazing. But so, tell us a little bit about the upstairs level.
The upstairs level has an overstuffed sectional couch and a couple of stuffed chairs in like a little pit. Mm-hmm. And then we have larger tables up there, more chairs, more books. I just picked up a super vintage old stereo receiver.
Yeah.
Which has an 8-track player in it, and a turntable. So we're building a vinyl collection for up there, and
Nice.
people can also bring in their own vinyl, and that's how it was set up at Merriman Road. If you had vinyl records, you could bring them in and you could put them on the turntable, and everybody got to listen.
That's cool.
Then we're setting up towers and monitors and printer, so if you are studying or you're doing work from home or whatever, and you need to get on the internet, print something out on the fly, it's there available for you at no charge.
Wow.
We have board games up
That's awesome.
there as well. And it's just it's a super nice, comfy place to hang out.
Yeah, and I got that feel. It's like you come up there, the computer space, do some work, or go up there and hang out and play some games.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Take
And,
a nap. Ken's up there napping. Don't mind him if you go up there and he's over on the couch. Don't worry about that. But any plans to like rent that out for private parties?
That is part of it as well. That's actually our overflow room. When we came here, I realized that we possibly would need an overflow area, and so I talked to the building president and let them know that I was interested in some area up on the second floor. So we paced out a little area that I'd probably have to build a wall and for us to use there. And so when it came time that, it's like we're really going to need something quick, she had suggested the third floor instead. Okay. And so that's Overflow. You can use it for business meetings. You can use it for parties. It's also a place for
a great spot for a meeting.
Music. Have musicians up there. On the 28th of this month, we're going to have our poetry open mic day. Nice. And so that's the 28th at noon to 3. And
you guys did that at the last location, right? Because I was supposed to come to one and be a featured poetry reader. I dabble a little bit in the spoken word genre, and I wasn't able to make it, but that's how I remembered you guys' name. And maybe I'll... Yeah,
great girl, Sarah Shearers, she's putting that on, and so she had approached me, and I said, you know what, this is exactly what I want. This is your ball game, this is your space, do with it what you want. And
awesome. So that'll be upstairs.
Yeah, she's taken over for that.
Cool.
And then just talking to a couple different music groups about coming out, and so they can either play down here, play upstairs, or play at the sidewalk level.
Interesting. Oh, that'd be cool. So, outside, outside?
Yeah.
Nice.
So we've had 2 musicians already, and they actually played in front of the Goodwill store, which I thought was a really good idea for them because they got exposure, and then both Goodwill and our place got the exposure as well.
Akron doesn't do a lot of. There's not. You go to like Cleveland or bigger cities, and you see a lot of musicians outside. I think Akron doesn't, for whatever reason. I think Akron's they're a little bit in renovating and a little bit of a revival, but I love that kind of feel. If you just walking through streets down and you can hear music playing outside, it's a pretty cool feel. So I love that idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go for as well.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. So we had Ken's specialty drinks here. What else type of coffee, like espresso drinks, maybe the coffee itself? I mean, outside of the Turkish, you talked about that a little bit, but like you have the mochas, the lattes, that
right.
To.
We've got some specialty espresso-based drinks that sell. They're pretty popular. Mm-hmm. We have our camper mocha, and everybody makes a camper mocha. Yeah. A lot of people make it about the same, maybe a little switch here or there. I've taken it to the extreme, I think. So all these have these giant marshmallows, and so I take a giant marshmallow on top of the mocha, and I torch it with a chef's torch, let it catch on fire and sit there for a few minutes, put it, wave it out, and then whipped cream and chocolate drizzle.
Nice. That
and
sounds good.
So, yeah, people just flock to get that. And then
good winter drink. Maybe.
Yeah. Then our second favorite is the Milky Way mocha. And it tastes like a dark chocolate Milky Way bar. And so that's a little bit more difficult to make, and that is kind of secretive.
Okay, yeah.
We get to have our secrets.
Yeah. That's what makes places fun.
So, but it's a lot of fun to make, and it's
the giant marshmallow on display here.
There's only 2 drinks that do not.
You weren't kidding.
Yeah.
It's not small.
Yeah. That's almost as big as the air is the filter on the mic there.
Right? Yeah.
So it's we have 2 goopy, I call them goopy drinks, that do not get whipped cream. The Milky Way mocha does not get whipped cream, and neither does our south of the border hot chocolate.
Oh, kind of like a Mexican.
Yeah. So in that there's cardamom and cinnamon and clove and other spices like that, and it's a really, really good mix.
I like those style drinks. There's also I think Stone makes one called Excoveza. It's like a Mexican hot chocolate stout, I believe.
Wow!
And it's all those kind of spices. It's pretty fun.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So what about the beans itself? And I noticed your kind of secret roaster that's hidden in the area.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to show a picture of that later. I took pictures the other time. I'm going to post those later too. But tell us maybe about the beans and the roasting process.
It's not really a secret. It's just I just want to block it out of the view so that way the only thing that's here is the dining area.
Yeah.
So since it's part of the dining area, I thought putting the blinds there was a real nice effect.
Yeah.
Of course, I have to take those away when I roast the beans.
Yeah.
So our beans, we have the typical beans, really. We have Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, we have Peru, Brazil, Mexican Chiapas,
Okay.
Costa Rica, Papua New Guinea,
Yeah.
Brazil, Guatemala. There's another one in there. That's escaping me.
Yeah.
But then out of all of those, then we have our two house specials. We have our boho blend, which can change from day to day or week to week, hence the name boho.
Okay.
And then we also have our Holy Joe blend, which is like an everyday sit down at a restaurant, especially restaurant coffee.
Sure.
And so the Holy Joe has about 8 beans that it's made up from.
Oh, wow.
And the boho is 4 bean.
Okay.
But they can be different beans depending on, like if it's the end of the week, it could be all different types of beans. But it is a dark roast.
Nice. I like the variety style of, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I go for sometimes. But talk to me. Something that excited me that I will come back to try is I know you have the Nitro is huge right now in a lot of coffee shops, but you guys have something. You have Nitro on tap, Nitro coffee, but also you have Nitro Tea. Correct?
Yes. Right.
Tell me a little bit about
So
that.
with the Nitro Tea, we like to go for a lighter blend. It usually comes out looking like an IPA. So Derek likes to mix up like a spice tea.
Yeah.
And so it comes out nice and golden yellow with a real nice white head on top of it.
That's
and you can hit it with, we make our own simple syrup, so you can hit it with some simple syrup or vanilla, or just depending on what the tea is comprised of.
Yeah, maybe you can go for like a hazy tea, since like hazy IPAs are the craze right now.
Yeah.
New England style tea. I don't know.
And then his nitro coffees are always something different.
Yeah.
And so today he has one that has a little bit of Milano in there.
Oh.
And so that turned out very well. And that comes out looking like a Guinness, of course. And
Sure.
we sell out of it like crazy.
Yeah. It's the big thing right now, and I think I love it. It's especially summertime, but a lot more shops are starting to do it. A couple of years ago it wasn't really that much of a thing at all. But so kind of moving forward a little bit, you have your fun, unique drinks. You have your stationary kind of coffee drinks. You have kind of a pretty unique area. Are there any kind of different things that you guys plan to do unique to Holy Joe's, like different seasonal drinks? We talked about it a little bit, but seasonal drink specials, events, or just kind of future plans?
Oh, yeah. The future plans on that is, of course, as the holidays come around, the change of seasons come around, we'll have a different coffee for that. We're gearing up now for a drink of the week, and that'll be up to the baristas. And so that's going to be their thing. And I really wanted to involve the baristas in all of this as well.
Sure.
I have 2 excellent baristas right now, Chandler and Samantha. And so they are phenomenal. Just absolutely, they floor me. They are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so they'll be making up, as time goes by and they have time, they'll be making up their own drinks too. I think Samantha has, she's got a little notebook that she has all kinds of things written down in.
Nice.
And so I think she's
You
getting geared up.
Because you got to take pride in your
yeah.
craft and art,
Yeah.
and you take pride in doing it well and being creative with it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's part of it, right?
Yeah, and Chandler, she's great at the latte art. So it's.
We just had a latte art throwdown a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
At Coffee Roasters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was, we covered it. It was our second show.
Oh, wow.
It was a blast. I learned a lot.
Yeah, she's really good. So now I don't have to
Nice.
go out and get the latte art printer.
We'll have
And,
to, invite them to the next one.
Oh, okay.
Latte art throwdown.
You want to see the other 2 drinks?
Yes, we have 2 more drinks, 2 more Ken specials coming up that I'm pretty excited about. I'm not gonna lie. As he's doing that, maybe tell us something else that we haven't already talked about that you want someone to know.
We're getting questions about the Holy Joe mugs.
Oh, yeah.
What makes the
Oh yeah, we have a lady that she started making these for us over on Merriman Road, and so we do sell these. And so as soon as we get a little bit more settled, she has a new she actually has a new look for them for us. We're going to
Nice.
keep the same colors and everything. It's just they're going to be a little fluted on the top and more bulbous in the middle.
Okay.
Sandy.
Sandy?
Yes.
Sandy Smith?
Yeah.
Great job, Sandy.
Yeah, so yeah, she just it was phenomenal. She just asked if we would be interested in something like that, and it's like,
Nice.
heck yeah.
Yeah. Right?
And
yeah.
So she
I
came
love
up with
it.
that.
I love like little
We've
unique things like
yeah,
that.
we've sold quite a few of these, and
Yeah.
so we're looking forward to selling more.
A good,
She loves making them.
We're trying to build eventually we'd like to build like a Hop in the Bean mug collection, so we'll have to put that on our list.
Oh yeah.
As kind of waiting for those specialty drinks, tell us something you want someone to know about Holy Joe's.
Oh, we have great food too. My son,
yeah.
my son Derek is chef, and he's been chef in about I think 3 different states, and got a lot of training down in Florida, and that's where the big celeb kitchens are at and whatnot. And so he has flatbread, paninis, wraps. He makes our bagels for us. That's a 4-hour process.
Oh, wow.
So from start to finish.
Making them from scratch, right?
Yeah, makes them all from scratch, 4-hour process. He cannot keep up with demand. And
awesome.
I told him, you're going to have to hire somebody to either take care of cooking and you do the bagels or vice versa.
Right.
So, yeah, the bagels and the bagel sandwiches are just phenomenal.
Nice.
You come here and you don't need a whole lot of money to eat, that's for sure, and you get more food than what you've paid money out for, that's for sure.
Yeah, so it's kind of like bagels, and it's kind of standard for coffee places, but they're homemade.
Right.
So that's what I like. It's like you have a lot of things that are pretty normal to a coffee shop, but in your own way, and they're unique. They're completely.
Right.
I mean, it's not the same as anywhere I've been.
Yeah, and
I
then
can really appreciate.
And then Ken, he makes a zucchini bread, banana bread, chocolate chip cookies, and other types of cookies he'll bring in, and so that's a really good addition. My wife will make some blueberry scones here and there and bring those in.
All right.
And we also feature gluten-free goodies as well.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Yeah. No, I was pretty impressed the more I looked at your items there for food that you had.
And what we have here on the table,
yeah.
This is called a Meat Lover's flatbread. And so there's sausage and bacon and pepperoni.
Quite tasty.
He puts his own little, is that red or white sauce?
You make that?
Derek.
is
Derek.
a
Okay, gotcha.
fantastic cook, and this place would be nothing without him. No, he makes a lot of good food. He makes good food in the valley, and we're making even better food here.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yes.
So what are you about to make for us?
This is 2 that were created a long time ago.
Okay. All right. Going with the old school.
This one I don't know about because I didn't make any. This is going to be like a rough one, but still good. And what these are, we thought we were going to get, what was it, Canton, the Huntington Bank there. They had a little shop. And we thought because they had these big windows, we'd make things where you put like, is it in the camera?
You just need a mic.
Why do I want that? Just translate for me. And so we had this big window with a bar, and we thought, well, if we had things that look like beer, people would think we're serving beer in there. So then when they got in, they say, oh, it's coffee. So this is Fear, and this is Fail. Fake
Fear?
beer, fake ale.
Oh, Fear and Fail.
Yes.
Fake ale.
The fake ale had lots of research to it because I had to go through Coke, RC, some other type of Coke, and they were too sweet. So believe it or not, Shasta Cola is the only one that does this.
Shasta Cola.
Let's see if I can do this.
Do not. Never mind.
Okay. There we go. That is Fail.
Okay. All right.
A little bit more.
And what was the base of it?
This is espresso cold brew.
Okay. All right. Oh, wow.
Yes, the fizz is wonderful.
It's good. It's super refreshing. It's like,
Well, these are okay. What happened with your drink's okay. With hers, that would not be served with ice.
Okay.
Because everything that I put in is cold.
okay.
The ice is like an option.
I still think that one was my favorite. That was really good.
There's a little bit left.
Okay, this is good.
Okay. Yeah. I might not sleep tonight, but it's okay. It's worth it.
I'm gonna put that on box for you. Now, this one, when I went on sites, a lot of the times they do espresso shots with tonic.
Yep.
So I took it a little bit further. And what this was the espresso cold brew. This one is just done from like a Colombian.
Okay.
I used to use Folgers Silk for it and everything. So this is just like normal, but you use tonic. This one I have to watch out for because you have to serve it like a beer.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're getting a little
See
fizz, a
that?
little tonic
See how
water, a
the
little
head
coffee.
goes
It's
there?
getting a good, thick, foamy head.
There you go.
Wow, look at that. This
Baby
and,
beer.
and that's the what? The fake?
Yeah, beer.
The fear? The fear?
Now the other thing, taste that first.
Wow, it's a lot less carbonated than I thought with the tonic water. I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be very
Now,
carbonated, but
what I've
not
learned.
as much.
Oh, from Derek, he tried it once. Said to try it, is put a lime in it, and then you get like an IPA. I mean.
Well, okay.
Okay. It fizzes.
Yeah, it definitely gives it that little bit
Okay,
of change.
one
to it.
more.
I feel like we're doing science experiments. It's not going to blow up on me or anything, is it? Yeah.
That's getting there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's your shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it better with the more of the. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I was a little bit concerned at first, but it's
Yeah.
yeah,
Usually, if you do a spoon, it gets the head again.
yeah.
So that's fear and thing. I'll bring them over to you.
Nice. Well, thank you.
Okay.
If I had a applause button to push, I would push it for you right now. So yeah, that's some of the unique, awesome drinks that they have here. So we're going to get into the last call here pretty soon. Go ahead and tell us, the listeners, kind of your regular days and business hours and location one more time, if we haven't said that yet.
Right now we're open Monday through Saturday. Monday through Friday is between 6:30 7 a.m. whenever I get the coffee done, and then we close at 6 o'clock or later if we have customers.
Okay.
So the customers really drive, they drive the business. Saturdays we're open at 8, and that's 8 to 5. We gotta get some rest. Sundays we're toying around with. We were open on a couple of, just one Sunday. And so we're still toying around with that. Derek needs a day off during the week. That's
Sure.
my day off during
Yeah.
the week. But we have the staff for it. We'll probably do much more with Sundays once the college students return to Roost. And
Right.
because, they're going to need some place to go on Sunday.
Sure. Yeah.
So those,
All right. Right
regular
downtown.
hours.
What's the address?
The address is 11 East Exchange Street, or you can also, during the day, you can get in through the front of the building, which is 333 South Main.
Oh, nice.
It's called the Evans Building.
Okay.
So if you come in through the front door, which is great for if you're on crutches, wheelchair, or whatever,
Yeah.
you can come right through that
Start
door.
open up
You can come
specially
in-
drinks for us.
You can come in through our back door then, and then our front entrance is 11 Exchange.
Nice. Awesome. So we're about to get into the last call, which is our 5 random questions that I've asked on every show, usually depending upon beer or coffee. Maybe sometimes I'll mix both in, but right now we're going for the coffee look. Before we do that, though, I have a bit of a breaking announcement that I've been behind the scenes. You could join in on this. You don't have to answer right now on the spot. I don't want to put you on the spot. But I've been talking with a couple different coffee shops. So Compass Coffee and the Akron Coffee Roasters have agreed to do a specialty drink offer. And so if you go to their one of those shops and you order, it doesn't. We were trying to figure out if we wanted a name of a drink, but if you order, basically you order a cold drink for the summertime, take a picture of it, and you tag the Hop and the Bean, and you post it online. The fifth person to do that at each place, you'll win something, a little prize pack from the Hop and the Bean. And then if someone does both of them, or all three, if you guys decide, I'll post later the details about all this. But if someone does all three, then you'll get like a grand prize. But just trying to help to the coffee community.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. We'll even up the ante, and part of the prize we can throw in some of our stuff.
Perfect. So yeah, Holy Joe's, if you come in here for one of these cold drinks, just make sure you take a picture with the drink, tag wherever you're at, Holy Joe's, Akron Coffee Roasters, or Compass, and then tag the Hop and the Bean, post the picture, and you will automatically be entered for this
that sounds
coffee
great.
prize pack.
Yeah.
We've already given away one. It was awesome. It was super fun. It was a really good prize pack, but I don't know. That sounds like super generic, like 80s game show prize pack. So the last call. So 5 questions randomly that sometimes have to do with coffee, sometimes they have to do with weird things. So let's get weird. Question number 1. If you weren't slinging coffee here at Holy Joe's, what would you be doing?
Well, the career that I left, I'm a nurse. So I'd probably be back to nursing somewhere, doing something. I'm not sure.
Our Nikki McVicky, she helps us out behind the scenes on the show, and with other things, she is going to school for nursing.
Oh, okay.
On the side, but I mean, pretty soon she's going to be a full-time Hop of the Bean employee. But
yeah, I've been in the medical field since '82.
Okay.
And
so as long as I've been alive.
So I've done a lot of different things. I was a PA in the military, nurse, worked in surgery most of the time. Did surgical sales for about 10 years.
Oh wow!
So
yeah, I'm
tired. Yeah.
Okay.
Tired.
So what is your favorite coffee drink? I mean, you have a lot to choose from, but
this is the secret. I'm not a coffee drinker.
Oh, breaking news! Oh, wow.
I do like a espresso campana once in a while. But my drink of choice is tea.
Okay.
Yeah. I think maybe that makes me the best critic for my coffee bean roasting, because I know what I'm trying to achieve, and so I'm not. My palate is sort of trained on what I know I want to do. I've got, I have some training from Spain, and that was very beneficial.
Sure.
For what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that might null and void this next question, which is, when did you start drinking coffee? Before you answer that, I'll tell you when I first started drinking coffee. It's kind of a gross story, but I'm going to go ahead and tell it anyways. I went on like a 10 to 15 year hiatus of drinking coffee. I started drinking, when I was like in middle school. I worked at a golf course and had to wake up pretty early, and they always had coffee on hand, so we just drink it to wake up. But I was playing football one time, and I was playing safety, and I drank coffee before practice. Didn't feel good at all. And I was like, Coach, I got to go to the bathroom. And so I started heading out to the locker room, and before I could make it there, all that coffee came right back up and out of my nose, and like it was all bad. It wasn't good. And from like that point on, I was just like, I think I'm done with coffee for a while. And it was yes, and it was so I went on a little bit of a hiatus. I don't know until about the last 5 years, I just started drinking coffee again, and I was telling some friends that I'm probably where I was at with craft beer about 5 years ago. So I'm just starting to discover all the different nuances of specialty coffee and what like a light roast tastes like compared to a dark roast, or a Ethiopian compared to a Mexican or something.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I do drink coffee here and there. I make my wife coffee before I come to work, so I'll make her a pot of coffee, and
Nice.
she and I will share coffee together. Camping is a great place for coffee, though.
sure.
Especially if you can get the spring water or wherever you're getting an artesian well. That is great.
Yeah.
And so I do drink coffee like that. But drinking coffee at work here, I don't. I might have an espresso maybe about 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And
When did you start drinking coffee, though? When was your first cup of Joe?
Boy,
Holy Joe.
I think after I got married.
Oh.
So my wife has always been a coffee drinker, and so I would drink it here and there. And then in the mornings, I might have a cup of coffee. But that was way back in the 80s when we got married. So
Nice. Nice. Okay. So as we get a little bit stranger with these questions, we're going to go towards that end of the spectrum. Coffee gives many people that kind of caffeine boost, maybe like a superpower. If you could choose any superpower every time you drink a cup of coffee, which from the sounds of it wouldn't be that often, what would it be?
if I could just split myself in 2.
Multiplication.
Yes, a multiplicity individual. Because I would definitely, that would be my power.
Yeah.
One of me at home and then one here.
There you go. I think, I like that one. I think I would be pretty beneficial for myself. So last question. So I threw this one out there kind of as a loop, and I think you have a good answer for it. We talked about it a little bit off camera, but pick one of the 3 following or one of your own to have a cup of coffee with. If you could have a cup of coffee, I guess, with anybody, I'll just say this. Have a cup of coffee with anyone, who would it be?
Yeah, I looked that question over and I pondered it, and my answer would just be my wife. It just because doing all of this, there's been no time for anything, no vacation, no nothing, and so
Hard
just
work.
just to share a cup of coffee and whatnot. That'd be the best.
Absolutely. I love it. That's awesome. Well, so I'm going to wrap up here. I want to take a moment just to kind of recap and admire these 2 fundamental drinks that we here at the Hop and the Bean are on a journey not to just investigate, but to discover more and more. Beer and coffee. Crafted with precision and passion for an industry that has become a community. And so on behalf of these communities, I want to be the first to welcome Holy Joe's to downtown Akron as one of our own.
Thank you.
We look forward to your future support of the Akron coffee world. So thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
And so wherever you're at, whether it's a hoppy hazy IPA or a leaf design latte, raise your mug or glass, and we toast to you, the Hop and Bean community. So next week, I want to let you guys know we will be at the Woolly Pig Farm Brewery. So about 2 months ago, I didn't even know the animal, a woolly pig, existed, let alone that there was a brewery on a woolly pig farm. And so it's in Fresno, Ohio, the Woolly Pig Farm Brewery. We're traveling there. We're going to pack the kids up, Nikki and her daughter and me and Mrs. Buzz and Buzz Jr. and Buzz Jr. number 2, and we're all going to go look at the woolly pigs, and who knows what's going to happen. So tune in next week. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I'm Buzz Andrews, and I'm all hopped up.